Tonight, our coverage as Quebec Premier François Legault is weighing a potential ban on Muslim prayers in public spaces, including schools and parks. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Elia Batul. Several universities in the US and Canada are contracting Israeli security companies to suppress free Palestinian protests on campuses. The development has intensified since the U.S. presidential election in November. The City University of New York has signed a $4 million contract with Strategy Security Corporation. The corporation is led by a former New York police officer who trained in Israel. University of California, Los Angeles has employed Megan M. It is known for its aggressive handling of protests and connections with the Israeli military. Concordia University in Montreal is engaged with Israeli firms with high-profile security backgrounds. Quebec Premier François Legault has announced plans to ban prayer in schools, parks, and other public spaces. Legault is considering invoking the notwithstanding clause to implement the ban. He is citing a need to uphold Quebec's secular values. The news comes as there have been allegations on Muslim public teachers discouraging girls from participating in sports. The teachers have been dismissed. The allegations have not been proven yet. Education Minister Bernard Drainville echoes Legault's sentiments. Drainville says the forthcoming legislation will reinforce secularism. The Canadian Muslim Forum decries the move. The group is warning of growing discrimination against Quebec Muslims. Political leaders like Marc Tanguay and Ruba Ghazal of the opposition are advocating for amendments to Quebec Secularism Law Bill 21 to address these issues. 2 people have been arrested in connection with the killing of a 20-year-old security guard at a downtown Edmonton apartment building. Harshandeep Singh was shot Friday around 12:30 at night. Singh had only been on the job for 3 days. He came to Canada a year and a half ago on a student visa and was enrolled at Norquest College in the city. Edmonton police have confirmed the arrest of 2 30-year-olds, Yvonne Rain and Judith Saltois. Both suspects have been charged with first-degree murder. A weapon believed to be connected to the shooting has been recovered from the accused. Police say they are confident no additional suspects are involved. However, CTV News Edmonton says a video has been shared with its team showing 3 individuals at the scene. In a statement, Edmonton Police Service says while 3 individuals are observed in the video, they are confident that only 2 individuals were involved in the shooting death. The investigation remains ongoing, and police are asking anyone with any information to come forward. The international community is urging unity in Syria. This comes after following the dramatic ousting of President Bashar al-Assad by the opposition group led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. The group has taken control of Damascus. Media reports say Mohammed al-Bashir will head the Syrian government to manage the transitional phase. The voting took place in the General Shura Council in Idlib, which is affiliated with Tahrir al-Sham. It is not yet certain when the new government will take over. Russian state media reports Assad has been granted asylum in Moscow. Fighting continues in northern pockets between Turkish-backed factions and Kurdish Syrian Democratic Forces. More than 4,000 Syrian army soldiers have fled to Iraq following the fall of Damascus. Soldiers surrendered their weapons, ammunition, and armored vehicles before being relocated to a camp. Baghdad was previously aligned with Assad through its ties with Iran. However, it has refrained from taking sides in the recent conflict. Relatives of forcibly disappeared people in Syria are searching for their loved ones at the notorious Sidnaya prison in Damascus. Israel has expanded its territory in the occupied Golan Heights and issued warnings to nearby 5 Syrian villages. The Israeli forces have declared surrounding agricultural lands as military zones and are urging residents to remain indoors. Soon after the fall of Damascus, Netanyahu declared the seizure necessary. He says as soon as the Syrian forces vacated key positions, it made the 1974 ceasefire null and void. Israel has previously captured a portion of the Golan Heights in the 1967 war and then annexed it. The international community never recognized Israel's sovereignty over the area. Israel has also conducted airstrikes on weapon depots in Damascus and southern Syria to preempt opposition forces from acquiring arms. In the past 24 hours, Israeli forces have intensified air and drone strikes. At least 22 Palestinians have been killed, including women and children. An Israeli attack in the Jabalia refugee camp has killed 3 Palestinians. Witnesses says the missile launched from a drone. Overnight, an Israeli attack in Rafah killed 10 people. The victims had lined up to buy flour. Al Jazeera reports at least 9 members of one family have been killed in an attack on the Burij refugee camp. Most of the casualties are women and children. Hussam Abu Safia, head of Kamal Adwan Hospital, says the lives of more than 100 patients are in danger. This comes after electricity, oxygen, and water supplies have been cut. The Israeli army has burned a truck carrying goods in the Zaytun neighborhood. The Israeli army has detained 16 Palestinians today during raids across the occupied West Bank. These include a woman and former prisoners. This brings the total number of detainees in the past 14 months to 12,000. Last month, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Israel also faces a genocide case at the International Court of Justice for its war on Gaza. Pakistan's military says at least 6 soldiers and 22 terrorists have been killed in the northwestern part of the country. The casualties come after a clash in Hangu district and targeted operations in North Waziristan and Tank districts. The military's media wing reports terrorists attacked a security post in Hangu, killing 6 soldiers. Military operations in Tank and North Waziristan have targeted 19 terrorists and wounded 6 others. The recent surge in violence has claimed the lives of 245 people in November. The casualties include 68 security personnel. The Pakistani military vows to intensify efforts to combat these threats. Islamabad accuses Afghan-based Tehreek-e-Taliban, Pakistan militants, for carrying out terrorist attacks. Kabul denies the allegation that such attacks are launched from its soil. That's all from our Toronto studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News Canada. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum.